Top 8 Forgotten Classic Adult Actresses from 70s Golden Age Cinema. Cyndee Summers, born Cynthia Yvette Leron on the 27th of September 1949 in Los Angeles, California, was an American actress associated with the Golden Age and VHS eras. Similar to Honey Wilder, Summers became known for bringing a mature, sophisticated raven hair presence to 1980s productions, although she never achieved the same level of popularity. Her memorable credits included The California Connection, Stiff Competition, and Taboo 4. Across her career, she accumulated more than 50 acting credits and became a recognizable character performer of the period. Her contributions were later recognized with induction into the XRCO Hall of Fame as a film pioneer. Summers passed away on the 15th of November, 2009, in Kent, Washington, aged 60. Helen Wood, born Helen Ann Wood on the 25th of April 1935 in Port Arthur, Texas, was an American actress, dancer, and violinist. She appeared on Broadway and became a principal dancer at Radio City Music Hall. As Helen Wood, she worked in mainstream Hollywood and was directed by Academy Award winners Stanley Donen and William Friedkin, appearing in films including Give a Girl a Break and The Night They Raided Minsky's. She later entered industry as Dolly Sharp, appearing in Deep Throat, 1972. She didn't even know the title until, to her horror, the movie started getting lots of attention from the mainstream press. That year, she left show business and became a waitress in Winchester, Virginia. She later moved to Las Vegas and eventually settled in Los Angeles, where she passed away from colon cancer in 1998, aged 63. Beth Anna, born in January 1952 on Long Island, New York, was an American actress and dancer of Sicilian descent who became active during the golden age of adult cinema. Before filmmaking, she worked as a go-go dancer and featured dancer. Anna made her first film in 1976 and collaborated with several notable directors of the era, including Gerard Damiano, Carter Stevens, John Christopher, and Roberta Findlay. Her credits included films such as Dirty Lily, Sweet Savage, along with other productions from the late 1970s. She also worked under several names, including Beth Anna, Joanna Mikell, and Diana Wilde. Although her screen career was relatively short, she became a recognizable performer of the period. Beth Anna retired from the industry in 1978, only a few years after making her debut. Clair Dia, born Emily Smith on the 25th of February 1948 in Los Angeles, California, was an American actress, director, and producer of the 1970s. Raised in the San Fernando Valley, she studied occupational therapy at City College in San Francisco and later filmmaking at the Berkeley Film Institute. After working as a secretary, Dia made her feature debut in What About Jane, 1972, and went on to appear in more than 20 films, including Carnal Haven, Desires Within Young Girls, and Odalisque. She also moved behind the camera, directing The Health Spa and Scruples, while occasionally making brief appearances in her own productions. Bonnie Holiday, born the 24th of September 1952, in California, was an American actress and dancer active throughout the 1970s. She began her career in San Francisco, appearing in short 16mm and Super 8 film loops. During this period, Holiday met Annette Haven and introduced her to the industry. The two became personally involved and later appeared together in productions, including Lady Freaks, Carnal Haven, and Desires Within Young Girls. Holiday, Haven, and Holiday's husband reportedly lived together for around 2.5 years, which eventually ended amid jealousy over Haven's relationship with Holiday's husband. Although Holiday worked consistently throughout the decade, she never achieved the same level of fame as Haven. Holiday ultimately retired from the industry in 1980, bringing her decade-long entertainment career to an end. Tina Russell, born Linda Marie Mintzer on the 23rd of September 1948 in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, became one of the best-known actresses of adult cinema's golden age. After graduating in 1966, she later moved to New York City to attend New York University. With her husband, Jason Russell, she began modeling and performing in live shows before progressing from short film loops to feature productions in the early 1970s. Her fame increased considerably after publication of her 1973 memoir, describing her experiences in New York's film industry. After separating from Jason, her career declined, while reports of alcohol problems surrounded her later years. Russell died from multiple organ failure on the 18th of May 1981, aged 32. She was later inducted into the XRCO Hall of Fame in 1985 and is buried at Resurrection Cemetery in Montoursville, Pennsylvania. Desiree West, born the 25th of August, 1954, was an American actress who entered the industry in 1973 and became one of its earliest prominent Black performers. In addition to her strong screen presence, West was particularly noted for her ability to handle dialogue and character-driven roles, distinguishing her during an era when acting ability was not always emphasized. She appeared to be a combination of Black and Asian, and spectacular body guaranteed her steady employment in the business, with notable films including Cherry Truckers, Sex World, and Babyface. Although widely recognized, she never achieved the level of mainstream industry fame some contemporaries enjoyed. West officially retired in 1980, although she occasionally returned for later productions. Her career was eventually honored with induction into the XRCO Hall of Fame in 1997. Veri Knotty, born in 1946, grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, before leaving home at 13 and supporting herself independently. She moved to New York City during the mid-1960s, where she worked as a Playboy bunny, go-go dancer, and featured dancer, best known for her remarkable ability to tie her 4-inch thing together that reportedly inspired her stage name. Knotty was discovered by director Carter Stevens in the mid-1970s and began appearing in films. Her notable films included Captain Lust, Woman in Love, and A Girl's Best Friend. Outside filmmaking, she modeled for men's magazines including Cherry and High Society. Her career was relatively brief, but made her a distinctive personality of the era. According to Stevens, Knotty struggled with substance abuse and passed away from liver failure in the early 1980s.